Sunday, February 5th, Super Bowl propaganda. And while we're all watching the Super Bowl, this is what's really happening in our skies. Here at Misty Forge, looking to the south. Hmm. Let's look at that again. I'll back up here. We can see a little interaction here going on. We always see this thing here. I think this is probably trying to obfuscate that. It's just failing. Now it's interesting because there's this other object here, and I just noticed that. Hmm. Thing is definitely rolling and turning. Oh, it's pretty compelling. Scott at the Nibiru channel, he caught this object near the sun. I caught it a week or two ago myself. And, you know, the question I have is, could this be our real sun that has just been weakened so much? And for whatever reason, the sun simulator on the left there hasn't caught up with with this. Or is this a brown dwarf? These are questions that, since I'm not an astronomer and don't have access to the tools that the people that are trying to keep this from us have, I can only make some assumptions or hypothetical scenarios or guesses. If anybody can explain this to me, I sure would love to know, as would we all. All right, we're at Minks Island looking to the south. It's 8:13 in the morning, and I'm going to show you this. I've never seen this, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's anomalous to everything that I've been showing you guys now for months and months. Now, obviously this object is quite pink, and is this the object that we've seen? Is this the simulator? Is this the refraction of this? It's hard to say what's going on. We got something over here. All right, now this thing, I mean, we don't have any, the sun is not here to create lens flare, so I'm inclined to think that that is a object of interest. Is this the big red Nibiru that we were forewarned in the Navy commercials? Is this it? Is this the simulator here? Is this our real sun here? I have questions. Is this the thing that's causing the big huge halo? Is this a planet, or is this a artifact that is being driven? Is it just a camera anomaly? Please weigh in if you have a theory on this. I mean, obviously we've got this whole line of things here. It may be that one of these is an object. It could be in here, and if this is a simulator and it's providing some type of obfuscating laser technology here, that could be taking place. This is for entertainment purposes only. I do not know. I'm not an astronomer. This is show and tell. So if anyone can explain it, let me know. See this jet going up here. But I've been doing this for a while now. I have yet to see anything quite like it. So I'm putting it out there. And this is 12 o'clock. Pretty wild. Here we are at Heidelberg, looking to the west. And we've got an object right here. It's got to go back one. Going forward. We do have this weird object coming up here. Right there. I don't know what that is. Doesn't really look like a boat. I can't tell what it is. It's the same place that I saw that dragon. Do not know. I suppose it just could be a boat, but anyway, more importantly is very clearly this planetary object. Might even have something back here too. Backing up. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely an object. Here we are at Craig looking to the southwest. It's 12:52 p.m. We've got an object right here. A lens flare moves. This is what a lens flare does. It is very clearly an object. And look at the coloration in the sky. Okay, it's pretty bright. It starts getting pretty dim for no apparent reason. 2:42 in the afternoon. And then it gets bright again. How about that? This is Thorn Bay looking to the south, and it looks like the NASA fake sun simulator is obfuscating an object right behind it. And then we've got an object right here progressing forward. And starting over, I'll run through it again. At Wrangell looking to the north, we're going to see an anomalous object in the sky right there. Take a closer look at it. Yeah, alrighty. Well, I don't recall ever seeing a bird looking like that. Kind of looks like a flying turd, to be honest with you. Huh. Very odd. We're at Petersburg looking to the west. It is 3:32 p.m. Focus here. Right there. There's something up here as well. I'll just run through it. Interesting how, you know, this brightens up a little bit and it's enough to obfuscate this. Sitka looking to the west at 3:02 p.m. Watch over here. And the next frame it's gone. Let's back up, take a closer look at this. This is a Dyson sphere. This object is being controlled by something. Don't know if it's earthly or not. I tend to think not, but there it is. Let's see if I can do anything to it to make it even more interesting. But we can clearly see the signature dot here that many of these spheres have, and seems to have some raised texture on the side here, and it's clearly a craft. Yeah, let's just run through and see if there's anything else here. That's pretty much it. Just a spacecraft. And we're at Sitka looking to the south. We've got this object here behind the NASA fake sun simulator, and we've also got an object up here. Another object right here. All right, so when I take this and blow it up, you can clearly see craters and so forth in this object. Right there. So I didn't touch that at all yet. So now let me just do a little something with it and see if we can see it even more. I mean, that's irrefutable. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that'd freak people out. Holy crap. Lens flare, reflection. I can hear it all now. I wish it was. I really do. This is Cake looking to the south. And we begin to see this object here. We always see this thing, which I think is used to try and obfuscate this object. There's no sun to have a reflection or a flare. We've also got a huge object up here. Well, folks, we have a lot of objects right here. You know, it's not just like one thing near the sun or whatever. It's a lot of things. Okay, last one, Perryville, looking to the southeast. We've got this thing right here. We have a little sundog right here. Or actually, I don't know if it's a sundog. There's an object there, I believe, actually, that's being illuminated. Going backwards. So, you know, is anything a flare? I mean, where would you get a lens flare here? There's nothing to lens flare from. You know, I mean, is this a lens that's in the sky that's somehow used to, you know, obfuscate something? I suppose it's possible. I mean, but it's also possible this is just what it appears to be, which is an object, and I mean, the clouds are clearly in front of it, so it's not a flare. I don't really know. It's got texture to it. It's got craters in it. Must be the brown dwarf, or it's certainly a gas giant. It's somewhat translucent. I don't know. But, you know, you guys, we don't really know if anything's going to happen at all. I mean, these things, you know, just because bad things happen in the past doesn't mean that they're always going to occur. So, you know, these things could essentially come this close and then kind of zip out. You know, I'd like to be optimistic. You know, hate to think the worst. But, you know, I mean, based on everything we know and hear, I mean, it would be wise to have some provisions. And, you know, at a minimum, if the New Madrid fault does go, which is why they purposely did the BP oil spill, I can prove it, you know, was to prolong things. But the largest earthquake on Earth happened along the Madrid fault line, and I think it's 1811, 1812, and it's during a solar minima, which we are in, and that's why we have the solar simulator partly to try and make things look as normal as possible, when in fact they're not. And the cycle of earthquakes along the New Madrid fault line is every 211 years, and we're right there now. And if that thing goes, the bridges to the East Coast will be decimated, and this is how we get fuel and food to the East Coast, and it would disrupt power, electricity, in addition to not having fuel and food. So a wood stove is a good idea, and having food and water and all that. So, I mean, I moved from Connecticut to Vermont, less populated, higher up. I was on the coast before, now I'm 1,500 feet up, and you know, those are some of the things I did. You know, I don't know, it's precautionary, but you know, all the experts out there talking about this seem to know more than me, and I believe in what I'm showing you enough that I would actually leave where I was living and move to a safer location. So that's me, and I'm just hoping for the best. So anyway, hope you all are well, stay positive, and I will talk to you in my next video. Take care. Sunday, February 5th, Super Bowl propaganda. And while we're all watching the Super Bowl, this is what's really happening in our skies. Here at Misty Forge, looking to the south. Let's look at that again. I'll back up here. We can see a little interaction here going on. We always see this thing here. I think this is probably trying to obfuscate that. It's just failing. Now it's interesting because there's this other object here, and I just noticed that. Thing is definitely rolling and turning. Oh, it's pretty compelling. Scott at the Nibiru channel, he caught this object near the sun. I caught it a week or two ago myself. And you know,